assignment that he has entrusted you with is with you because you are worthy of the assignment. This is why we can't ever wish that it wasn't us that was going through it. This is why we can't ever wish that I wish it wasn't me that was having to endure it. This is why we can never wish that it wasn't me having to deal with what I'm going through. Because it's the same challenges that press us to a breaking point will be the same challenges that bring us to a growing point.
Yeah.
Those trials are leading you to growth. They're leading you to greater. They're leading you to the proof that you are one of God's leading men. This is why Peter reminds us in the text that we must rejoice even in our suffering. Because just as much as you are partakers of Christ's suffering, you will partake of his joy. Key word is just as much. What are you saying, Elder Q? What I'm saying is that God will never allow you, allow your bad to outweigh the good that he has for you. God will never allow the trouble to outweigh the blessing that he has for you. God will never allow the burden to outweigh the glory that he has for you. God will never give you more suffering than what he has already decided to deliver you from. God will never give you more pain than what he has already arranged to give you comfort for. God will never give you more sickness than what he will disperse his power to heal you. God will never give you more enemies than what he will allow you to conquer. You see, to suffer on this journey, it's not just suffering in vain, but it tells us something about ourselves. The suffering means that we are counted worthy of a glorious assignment from God. See, there is something in this that God knows that he can get the glory out of. And God isn't trusting you alone to come through this, but the text says to us, the word says that the Spirit of glory and the Spirit of God is resting upon you. You see, when his Spirit is resting on you, his grace is resting on you. That's why you survived the car accident, because his grace was resting on you. That's why the financial trouble didn't make you quit, because his grace is resting on you.
Come on, sir.
That's why the depression didn't lead to a suicide.
Yeah.
Because his grace is resting on you. That's why the heartache didn't kill you, because his grace is resting on you. That's why you bounce back after the enemy attacked your mind, because his grace is resting on you. That's why you found peace when you had to bury your family, because his grace is resting on you. That's why when they left you, it could not stop you, because God's grace is resting on you. You're counted worthy. The devil lied to you. You are worthy of God's grace. You are worthy of God's love. You are worthy of God's blessing. You are worthy of God's presence. The enemy lied to you when he tried to explain to you that you are nothing, but the promise of God is on your life. And because the promise of God is on your life, the blessing is on your life.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. If you were not a kingdom man, then the suffering would not be so severe. But God has something that he's got to prove through you. The purpose is not provided for leisure, but the purpose is for your suffering to show you that through our faith and through Jesus Christ, we are more than a conqueror. 1 Corinthians 15 and 8, it says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye labor, it is not vain in the Lord. See, you've got to make up in your mind that you will be unmovable, that no matter what you're going through, that you're going to keep on standing.
Yes, sir.
That no matter how tired you are,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this text, it ends in verse 19. And it says, wherefore,